There's clearly an element of the right wing of the Republican Party that thinks, God no, save us, Rick Santorum could never be elected. I just don't think that the natural conclusion for the Republican Party, and especially for the socially conservative elements of the Republican Party, is, oh gosh, well, we can't, this didn't work.
Here's what we're buzzing about at NewsBeast. We've got Shmuley Boteach running for Congress.
No, Boteach.
Boteach?
Yeah. It was not a Jewish pronunciation.
Do that. I'm sorry. I defer to you on all the...
As you should.
As well I should. And we've got making the case for crazy, why the GOP should nominate Rick Santorum. But first, Lucas, Book Beast, what you got, man?
Got a very powerful piece up today by Benjamin Bush, who is served 2 tours of duty in Iraq as a Marine. Was an actor on The Wire, everyone's favorite series, and as a writer as well. He played
I know.
Rebecca.
I know. I'm sorry.
You got to fix this.
I know. It's just a huge time investment.
This weekend.
Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk Monday.
Yeah, that's a bad decision.
And he played a dirty cop, Anthony Colicchio.
Okay.
And he's now written this amazing memoir called Dust to Dust about his account of going to war. And for us, he wrote this very powerful essay about the American soldier who went on a shooting rampage in Afghanistan earlier this week. And he raises a lot of questions about, we're going to be very quick, the military's going to be very quick, as a society we're going to be very quick to identify him as crazy or mad, or already today reports of him drinking and being on his 4th tour of duty. And he's saying that that's going to once again disengage this war from our society, and that's what we've been doing for the last 10 years, and that we need to own this war, own the veterans, and really admit that this is something that's become part of us, rather than just seeing it as something separate and different and not something we don't want to sort of realize as ours. Yeah. So he has this great line: "We will want to say that war estranged this soldier from our society, but there is much evidence that our society is completely disconnected from this war."
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, you can already see it's being packaged and covered up and put away. They haven't released his name. They're hiding his family, trying to cover up details of this. Exactly. I mean, it's just an awful...
Exactly. Well, and Bush, as a veteran, isn't, he's not saying that he's not sort of attacking the soldier. He's saying that, in fact, it's amazing that so few veterans and soldiers have kind of broken down like this, and it's a testament to our armed services.
He was told, the soldier was told, right, that he was not going back after his 3rd tour, and then he was sent back again.
I believe
so. And this is not an anomalous case. This happens all the time.
Well, I mean, we have precedent for horrific incidents like this, but let's not say it happens all the time.
No, not the massacre itself, but the fact of these men coming back and believing that they're never going back into this war zone. He was injured.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this has been going on for 5 years now. People being sent back.
That's the problem with a war that's lasted almost 3 times as long as World War II.
Right.
No, but certainly this is a horrible tragedy and not par for the course.
No, of course, and he's not in any way. Yeah.
All right, Rebecca.
Hold on 1 second. John, can you just fix your tie? Just want to make sure.
Oh my goodness.
Really?
Oh, John.
No, it's just like this.
It's off center.
You're way over this.
Want some telling?
Well, I'm over here like
Well, I
this.
appreciate that, but like...
That's because he's already
we were
started
sitting here for like a while. Someone could have done that while we were just...
No, this is so mortifying. No one is going to be paying attention to the tragedy.
Because they're going to be preoccupied with my off-center green tie.
That's a nice
Everyone will think that he just started St. Patrick's Day a little early. Tie askew already. 10 in the morning.
That's right.
That's very. Did you
Bloody
think
Mary.
about that? Because it's very appropriate.
The green? Yeah, of course.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How much of the throat too, Rebecca?
All right. Rebecca, we have Rabbi Shmuley Boteach.
Very nicely
Thank
done.
you very much. Rabbi Shmuley to the world, the rabbi to Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Unsuccessful in that regard, but many other good qualities now running.
Or very successful. We don't know the state of Michael Jackson's soul. He couldn't save his life, but maybe he saved his soul.
Okay.
Rabbi
That's a good
Shmuley's
spin.
been.
Well done.
Thank you. I do PR for Rabbi Shmuley in my spare time. He's
Well, you're going to be busy because he's running for Congress.
Thank you. Stepping on my line. Rabbi Shmuley is running from Congress in New Jersey. I just want to pull out one quote from this wonderful story by Michael Daly on the Daily Beast. Rabbi Shmuley, who's very schmoozy, one might say, with the press and many others. He's really a gadfly among Jews, which is saying something. He, among his friends, has been known to have what he calls his 11th commandment, and that is, "Thou shalt do anything for publicity and recognition."
And let me say he has lived up to that 11th commandment.
He's most certainly lived up to it. He's all over television. He's like like a fly to fly paper. I don't know. A fly. No, that's an ugly expression.
No, yes.
A fly to something else with pretty much any celebrity or anybody caught in a scandal. And now, appropriately enough, he's going to try to attach himself to the Congress.
But I don't know how many sort of Lubavitch rabbis have run for Congress, especially from New Jersey.
I doubt very many, but the Lubavitchers have. I lived for a time with the Lubavitchers and wrote about it, and the Lubavitchers are actually very sophisticated politically, especially compared to other Hasidic
in New York
groups. I mean, Menachem Mendel Schneerson, the longtime Grand Rebbe of the Lubavitchers, had a lot of political ties. He was very involved in local politics and national politics. Presidents used to come visit him. They're very.
You don't get elected mayor without.
Raisers. What I'd like to talk about, aside from the religious angle.
Okay. No, you keep going.
Oh, I'm sorry. We should be done with it.
No.
Let's go.
This is important.
Coming on the heels of it's certainly much more important than anything else we might have to talk about. But coming on the heels of what we were calling a reality television primary, I just think it's very interesting that a person who's so cravenly focused on publicity is now running for Congress, and I wonder if it's the beginning of a whole kind of reality television.
Well, the continuation of.
Yes,
exactly.
Exactly.
Isn't that the ultimate qualification for running for office?
I mean, and there was talk that Herman Cain was just running to promote his book, and Newt Gingrich the same. So maybe this is just the beginning of a whole
kosher sex on every bedstand. One of his many books.
There you go. All right, now I'm done. John.
Okay then.
You've got some.
Hold the phone.
Wow, are we just going to stop in between each one?
Problems aplenty today.
What the fuck's going on?
We have a mic issue on Rebecca.
It's good.
Yeah, it always is. This is my favorite.
Did we not get all that? That was great.
No, that was all good, but you just died at the end there.
I mean,
It's
you're right,
my
Colin.
fault. I
That's a
apologize.
great, like, a whole new chapter in reality politics.
John, tell us about Rick Santorum and your crazy ideas.
Go,
I
Rick,
just kind
go.
of want to do shots of NyQuil with you on the set. I think that would be really entertaining.
I'm so
It's green
high
for
on
St.
NyQuil right
Patrick's
now.
Day.
Yeah. I took a larger than average dose around 6 a.m. Go ahead.
Tell. Anyway, so let's. So my column up today is called "The Case for Crazy," making the case that maybe the GOP should just go full crazy.
Yeah.
Just scratch those itches, nominate Rick Santorum, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Give the social conservatives everything they want, and then remember what it's like to lose more than 40 states.
Yeah.
Because that would be clarifying, I think, for the whole national conversation.
You mean this is sort of like go Goldwater here?
But, dude, Goldwater's wife co-founded Planned Parenthood. He was in favor of gays in the military. Goldwater would be a rhino. He'd be chased out of the Republican Party today.
I just think, I just wonder if it would provoke the kind of reckoning that you so desire, because that.
How would it not?
Because maybe they would think he's not conservative enough, or maybe I just don't think that the natural conclusion for the Republican Party, and especially for the socially conservative elements of the Republican Party, is, oh gosh, well, we can't. This didn't work. Let's nominate a less right-wing.
But we have this weird narrative now that the more ideologically extreme you are, the more electable you are, which is absurd on its face with any understanding of how American politics works. If Romney gets the nomination and he loses, people are going to say he lost because he was a moderate.
He lost because he's a terrible candidate for president. I don't think that there's actually a narrative that's generally accepted that people with more extreme social views are more electable.
That is the narrative.
I think that the parties
conservative constituency. That has been the narrative that they have been pumping up. That's the drum circle.
So why does Mitt Romney have any votes at all? There's clearly an element of the right wing of the Republican Party that thinks, God no, save us. Rick Santorum could never be elected because he's such a social conservative.
But those people have been basically pushed to the margins and forced to duck under.
Well, not pushed so much to the margins that
and
Mitt Romney isn't leading in.
Mitt Romney is a weak front-runner, and this is a weak field because the Republican Party is reaping what it sows with regard to pandering to the outreaches of politics. I think let's go the full crazy. Let's have that cleansing election with choice, not an echo. See what happens.
My only question is, haven't the Republican Party already embraced the full crazy over the last few months?
No. But really matters who you put up in the fall. Otherwise all this is just reality game hijinks.
Well, look, if what you say goes, if they listen, if they heed the call of John Avlon and nominate Rick Santorum, and then there is a moment of if Sarah Palin is like, you know what, he had a point. We really are too far to the right socially. Let's nominate more of a moderate. I will
I hate the word
eat
moderate.
my hat.
You will eat your hat?
I will eat my hat
Really?
next November. Yes.
Sweet. Can Lucas and I pick out
You
the
heard
hat?
it here first.
Yes. We're going to be salting up that hat.
I have a nice hat.
What kind of
You don't
sombrero?
Sombrero.
It's actually like sort of a nice beret.
You already have a hat you've been thinking about eating?
Well, it's my
in
favorite
just
hat.
preparation for just this
All right,
occasion?
Salt,
we're getting
pepper.
this.
I'm
Let's
going
do this.
sombrero. Final word, Lucas.
War.
Really?
Okay. Sorry.
I'm going with a phrase that Lucas just said because it's the last thing I heard. The full crazy.
That was me, but that's okay.
No, Lucas also said it. Roll back the tape. You'll see.
We've all been saying it.
I'm going to go with sombrero / NyQuil. That's all for us today at NewsBeast. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
It's so funny because when he said it, I thought that's the name of this thing. It's like,
The full crazy.